Initially, when you bravely implement the no-contact strategy, the narcissist often acts nonchalant, confident that you'll eventually cave. They're banking on your compassion, guilt, and desire for closure. They arrogantly assume they have you figured out and that you can't live without them. So they typically resort to silence, like a patient predator waiting for its prey to tire and turn back. If you don't fall for their trap, a tense battle of wills begins. However, this game doesn't always play out as they anticipate. When the seemingly small prey breaks free from their clutches, the arrogant predator is left confused and enraged. Similarly, when the narcissist realizes they're losing control, a storm of emotions engulfs them. They'll feel insecure, anxious, even desperate, without the ability to manipulate. They're lost in a wilderness, stripped of the power and attention they crave. But never underestimate their tenacity. Narcissists possess a vast arsenal of psychological tactics to combat your no-contact. In this video, we'll expose their most cunning tricks and equip you with the strongest shields, forged from the philosophy of Stoicism, unwavering awareness, resilience, and self-respect. Remember, confronting a narcissist isn't about charging into the battle they've laid out, but about cultivating the strength to recognize and evade their enticing traps. Before we continue on this journey of discovery, let's create a strong community where we can support and inspire each other. Leave a comment saying "I am not easily defeated" to show your resilience, and hit the subscribe button to ensure you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Together, we'll delve deeper into how to deal with toxic relationships and take steps towards building a truly free and happy life. With their vast experience in manipulation, narcissists initially view your silence as a joke. They believe your emotions will soon cool down, and you'll return to them in desperation. They patiently wait, like an old wolf stalking its prey, confident that the prey will fall into the trap. But as time passes, your silence remains unchanged. No messages, no calls, no signs that you're wavering. At this point, their confidence starts to shake. A sense of unease creeps into their minds. Something's not right. They start to panic and become confused, and with the survival instincts of a manipulator, they move on to the next phase, launching sophisticated tactics, step by step, to pull you back into their control. In the initial phase of the psychological manipulation, narcissists often attempt a calculated makeover, targeting the emotional vulnerabilities you shared. They'll skillfully remind you of your desires, the things you've complained about, such as wanting them to be more empathetic, less selfish, or more attentive to your feelings. This is a crucial step in convincing you that they are positively changing, meeting all your expectations. For example, if you've expressed a desire for them to participate in charitable activities, they might start doing so in a showy manner, sharing their contributions widely on social media. If you've wanted them to be more mindful of their mental health, they might sign up for courses or read psychology books. However, remember the Stoic teaching: don't judge others by their words, but by their actions over time. These changes might be superficial, an elaborate act to lull you into complacency. Their ultimate goal isn't genuine change, but to regain control and manipulate you. Stay alert and firm. Don't let their fleeting grand gestures blind you. Observe their behavior closely over time. Assess whether those changes are truly sincere and consistent. Don't get caught up in the emotional whirlwind. Hold your ground and protect yourself from further harm. Remember, you have control over your reactions. Don't let their flowery words or fake actions affect your inner peace. Based on my personal experience, I've observed that when you bravely cut off contact, the narcissist might not react directly. Instead, they retreat into the shadows, silently launching a subtle and ruthless campaign of sabotage. This is when they deploy their invisible weapons: rumors, fabricated stories, seeds of doubt skillfully planted in the minds of those around you. Friends, family, colleagues, anyone connected to you could become a target of this campaign. Suddenly, you notice scrutinizing glances and veiled inquiries. People seem worried about you, assuming you're facing some kind of problem. The narcissist will paint a distorted picture of you, portraying you as unstable or irrational, especially after you've left them. They might play the victim, sharing how much they're suffering because of your sudden decision. But this isn't about clearing their name, it's about tarnishing yours. They want to isolate you and make you They hope that, under the pressure of rumors and alienation, you'll seek them out to explain or defend yourself. This is their trap. Don't fall for it. Any reaction from you, whether it's anger or explanation, only gives them an opportunity to re-enter your life and continue their cycle of toxic manipulation. As Epictetus advised, people are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. Remember, your silence is your strength. Don't let whispers shake your confidence. Trust yourself, your decision, and keep walking the path you've chosen. Another tactic you might encounter after bravely stepping out of a toxic relationship is the narcissist's use of love bombing to lure you back. This isn't a genuine expression of love, but a carefully orchestrated performance aimed at regaining control. They know how to rekindle the things you once loved about them, making you believe they've completely changed. The narcissist will try to evoke fond memories and make you question your decision to leave them. They might start by sending you messages filled with sweet nostalgia, reminding you of inside jokes only the two of you shared, or even giving you small but meaningful gifts. They might also accidentally appear in places you frequent, creating seemingly fated encounters to stir up nostalgia. They might even become more attentive and understanding than ever before, listening intently and sharing more, giving you the impression that they've truly changed. However, as the great Stoic philosopher Seneca said, it is not events themselves that disturb people, but their judgments about them. This means you shouldn't let outward appearances deceive you. Instead, look at the true intentions behind the narcissist's actions. For instance, if they were once indifferent to your feelings, they might now show excessive concern, inquiring about every little detail of your life. Or if they were once inattentive and neglectful, they might now shower you with extravagant gifts or perform romantic gestures to win you over. But don't let these superficial gestures soften you, because it's all a carefully crafted act. In reality, the narcissist hasn't changed their true nature, they're just wearing a new mask to manipulate your emotions. You have the power to control your perception. Use it to see through these tactics. Don't be fooled by their sweet charm, because ultimately, their goal remains the same: to manipulate you and maintain control. Narcissists harbor a deep-seated desire. They want you to forever dwell in pain, trapped in negative emotions about your relationship with them. They want you to constantly think about them, talk about them, and somehow they sense this clearly, like a predator's instinct. In their minds, they believe they were the best thing that ever happened to you. They think you'll never find anyone better. And even if you do, in their eyes, that relationship will never compare to what you had with them. They want you to feel that by leaving them, you've lost something grand and precious, even though the reality might be the complete opposite. This explains why narcissists often flood social media with images of the amazing life they're supposedly living. They'll share pictures of themselves with their new partner, exciting travels, or boast about their personal successes and family bliss. The purpose of these actions isn't to genuinely celebrate their new life, but rather a calculated tactic to manipulate your emotions. They want you to see these images and question yourself, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I made a mistake. If they're truly this happy, did I do something wrong by leaving them? This self-doubt and confusion is exactly what the narcissist wants from you. The regret and the feeling that you made the wrong decision. However, we must remember that it's not external events, but our reactions to them that truly shape our emotions and thoughts. As Epictetus said, we cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we perceive and react to it. When you see the narcissist's posts on social media, the important thing isn't to get caught up in the narrative they're trying to portray, but to understand that this is just part of their manipulation strategy. Those happy images may not be real, but merely a way to continue controlling and influencing your emotions. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, taught that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. This is especially true when facing such subtle tactics. The narcissist wants you to wallow in the fantasy that you made a huge mistake, that their life is better without you, and that you'll never achieve true happiness. But the reality is, those images and posts are just surface level. They don't reflect the truth of their life, and they have no power unless you allow them to affect you. If you continue to follow and view the narcissist's posts, you're inadvertently giving them power. They sense that you're still paying attention, still watching, and that satisfies their need for control. It's a form of supply that narcissists rely on: attention, even if it's just through a screen. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, wrote, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." Ask yourself, do you want your life to be dominated by thoughts of someone who hurt you? Do you want to continue letting them control your emotions and life from afar? And instead of dwelling in pain and self-doubt, choose the Stoic path: freedom from external influences and a focus on inner control. So when faced with such manipulative tactics, remember that no one can make you feel small unless you allow it. Seneca also said, "No man has power over you unless you give it to him." This means you have complete control over how you react to the narcissist's provocations. Don't let them continue to use you as a pawn in their game. You need to liberate yourself from this emotional turmoil. Accepting that the relationship with the narcissist is over is the first step, but more importantly, you must learn to let go completely. Process the pain, view it objectively, and don't let it dominate your life anymore. The narcissist wants you to be trapped in torment and regret, but you can refuse that. Choose the path of freedom and peace by focusing on what you can control: your mind and your emotions. Finally, remember that you're not responsible for their happiness, and you don't need to compare yourself to any fake image of happiness they're trying to project. The important thing is for you to find your own happiness, not through validation from others, but from within. Let go and move on so they no longer have any control over your life.